Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we're doing a different spin on this channel. We're going to put out some zodiac readings. This is going to be timeless readings related to love, career, whatever situation comes through that you need to hear about at the time that you stumble upon this video. Now, usually we do pick a card readings on this channel, which we will continue to do. But if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. We're going to just dive right into it. So I'm going to start with the tarot just to see what's going on with Scorpios. Whatever title I think of, whatever is like a strong message that's coming through for you, I'm going to make sure I title it so that it's easier for you to kind of feel called to view the video, like if you feel like the message might be for you. So I may stop and take notes in a second, depending on what I see. Let's see. Scorpio. What's going on with Scorpios right now? Got a card. 8 of Coins. So working, building, and successfully so. I got another one sticking out. Death. So in these readings, this is my first, like I said, this is my first time kind of doing zodiac based readings, but a lot of the signs got cards that are ruled by them, which is interesting. Like whether you're sun, moon, rising, what dominant, anything like that, the card that is ruled by Scorpio is the Death card. So just very interesting that that's the card that came out, the major arcana that came out for your reading. So let's just look into it now. Now your overview is the Ace of Rods, which is the Ace of Wands, and like I said, that's new and coming in energy, and I'm having difficulty speaking, so maybe it's a situation where it's something that's so new that it's conceptualized. You may not even know how to verbalize it, vocalize it, write it down yet. Like something that inspired you, something you're inspired to do, like you don't have it completely conceptualized yet, Scorpio. But I mean, it is something that is very lucrative because you've got 2 cards that are pentacles based coins in this deck. So it's again that 8 of Coins we discussed, and also the 10 of Coins straddling the card that is ruled by you. So whatever it is that you've conceptualized recently, like it has to be fairly new. And even if it's not new, it's something that maybe you thought of years back that is resurfacing and you're kind of trying to figure out how to make it real. But you're on purpose with whatever that concept is, because that Death card is here and it is a huge transformation. Now, the sequence of those detailed cards is letting me know that 8 of Coins, you may be working hard, in a job, you may be looking to start your own business. It is going to be very successful, and honestly, I do see it becoming so lucrative that eventually you don't need whatever job you have, because while your job is a decent job, it's a good job, or you're stepping in an era of having a decent job with that 8 of Coins, and you're very good at it, you're also the skills that make you good at the job you have are the skills that would make you become even more successful if you were working for yourself. So we were going from working at a job in the 8 of Coins to that Death card, transformation, ending of a cycle, complete shift in perception, perspective, and life, to the 10 of Coins, where you'll be able to provide for a family with the type of income you'll make doing whatever that Death card represents, that whatever that shift and transformation it is. And again, fairly new with that Ace of Rods, just coming in with the idea of maybe I could do this full time, right? Lots of family-based energy here with that 10 of Coins, and stability surrounding a family. So those of you that have a family, like a family that relies on you for income, or that you and your partner support together, you work together in supporting, it is looking like okay, so I'm just trying to see what this transition is. That's what this pause is, because there's a huge transition. It's like you're working and then it's not working with that Death card, so it's ending, and whatever's ending is going to lead to more money, more stability for the family overall going forward. So maybe you can let me know what that is, or maybe it'll come through in a second as I develop this energy. But I want to talk about that death card since it is the major arcana, the only one on the table currently. And Scorpio rules the 8th house, right? In astrology, that is the house of, it is sex, it is it's debt, it's inheritance, it is transitions, things that shifting. It's basically how you kind of acquire money, whereas Taurus is the money that you kind of just hold. Scorpio is where it's coming in from external sources. So if you have debt, like if it's like bad debt that has been plaguing you, that you've been working towards diminishing and building up your credit, building up your finances, and your financial health overall, if that's been a priority for you, Scorpio, just know, I mean, you're going from working hard to boom, it's there. So that specific situation for those of you, some of you are going to inherit more money via your job. Like some of you are going to step into a position that pays lots more money soon. Like that's what that entry level, that's what that conceptualized energy is in that Ace of Rods. Some of you are going to get an offer soon based on all of the work that you're doing, the skills that you have. Like you have skills that are high value in the market. And I'm seeing that because that is the death card. Some of you may do it with another company. Maybe you've been with the company for some time with that 8 of coins, like working diligently, rising up the ranks. But I mean, it may be a shift soon that's going to put you in a position to make a lot more money that, I mean, you didn't think you'd see for some time. And that's because when you reevaluate, when you have that initial awareness of your skill set and what it actually pays on the market, sometimes you end up parting ways with your current employers. So like I just see that for some of you. Lots of money-based energy for Scorpio because, I mean, 2 Pentacles, the card that is ruled by the 8th house of inheritance and wind fields of money. Like if you, like just coming into money, I can see for Scorpio. So let me get the Moonology deck. Because I mean, that is, you know what, let me write that down because that is the overall energy for all of you. It doesn't matter what it is that you're working on, Scorpio. I see just it feels like you're coming into money. Into money. So whether that's investments paying off, a new job, taking that plunge with your own job, an idea that's going to eventually lead, like a creative endeavor that's going to eventually lead to money. But when I say money, I don't mean just like, oh, you're going to get some money. I mean, whatever that concept, whatever that Ace of Rods is going to be the foundation for your legacy, because the 10 of Pentacles represents legacy. It is something that you will be able to pass down to your children and possibly even their children, and so far, like, keep going with that. Let me see what this Moonology deck has to say in addition to these messages for Scorpio. You are good enough. So if there's a confidence issue that's stopping you from making this transition, you know, a fear-based energy, there's 2 poking out. I'll just go ahead and take them. Nothing is set in stone. Yeah. Time for healing. And then the overview is going to be a personal issue reaches resolution. Now, some of these cards came out in other signs, so you may have pick multiple readings based on your placements, and it is a self-esteem issue here. It's a confidence issue of, you know you have skills, you can work hard, but Pentacles represents stability, especially that 8 of Pentacles, right? You know you're working hard, you're working well and efficiently, but there's that protection associated with it, right? You have the comfort of being able to focus on your task because all of the other aspects of whatever's going on in the company or whatever are handled. So you can just kind of focus in on what you need to do without worrying about all of the other responsibility. Just moving it so you can see. And obviously you lose that privilege when you go and take your own endeavors or when you advance, right? Because the higher you rise within a company, even if you don't start your own business, you assume more responsibility with that as well. You don't get to just be a worker bee and focus on your tasks. So that is a bit scary, but Spirit wants you to know, full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. You have the attention to detail, you have the skills, right? The analytical nature to fulfill whatever it is that you're kind of concerned about doing, right? You're going to be good at it in a day-to-day life because also Virgo rules the 6th house of regular, just day-to-day work, day-to-day tasks. So you are being pushed based on these two cards, the full moon in Virgo and mutable moon, to be a little more flexible. Flexibility. I know you're a fixed sign. That is not what you like, which is interesting because even in being a fixed sign, Scorpio is ruled by transition. It rules the death card, right? The ultimate transition. So, so in being that card, I mean, being that sign that kind of is the most transformative sign, and also being very fixed and non-moving is just intriguing for me, you know, with that sign of Scorpio, because you're being called to be more mutable. You're being called to be more embracing of transition. With that, you're good enough and nothing is set in stone. It's gonna be a shift, a time for healing, but again, a personal issue reaches resolution, because right now what you're doing is not going to take you where you'd like to be. Like, you've got a good thing going, it's stable, it's fine, but it's not gonna take you where you'd like to be. And I know I mentioned that this could be a relation to relationships, like personal situations, like romantic connection. You know, some of you are settling in romantic connections, and that's also limiting you as it relates to how far you can excel in life. Like, if you kind of tied yourself to a situation with people, whether it's romantic or otherwise. It could be a roommate situation, it could be family you're supporting, like siblings and such. But there are people that you're aligning yourself with that, while they're good people and you don't want to cut them off or anything like that, it's just you can no longer go further with them in tow. So, and you're going to have to realize that you're starting to realize that you have that a time for healing, and all of these transition cards letting you know that you're good enough to go it alone. It's fine if, you know, you would detach from this person or people, and that you're actually going to be much better off, especially if this is someone that like, if this is a romantic connection, if this is a person you have children with, in that 10 of Pentacles, which is a family, like a house of people to support or that you assist in supporting, it is saying that you would also be better off if you allowed yourself to flourish career-wise. Because I don't know why I'm getting that something, Scorpio, it's affect, like, whatever relationships you have, like family dynamic, because Cancer rules the fourth house of home, family, and such. It's feeling like there's a disconnect with family and career, like you're having to make sacrifices for certain people, or you're having to sacrifice a family for your career, like that imbalance. And like, whatever this concept that stepped in is, that transition in that death card, that mutable moon energy, it is allowing for you to find that balance. So if you've been putting off a family because of your career, Scorpio, like you've been focused on work, right? And you haven't had a family, you're stepping into an era where you're going to be able to have both. If you've made lots of career sacrifices for your partner, children, whatever, family, like if you take care of older family members, things like that, you're gonna have you're stepping into an energy of being able to do both, right? Yeah, you're stepping into that energy, but there is some transitions happening here that enable you to do so successful. And honestly, especially those that want to start your own business, that would give you the flexibility to kind of self-manage and dedicate a little time to your family, depending on the business you want to start. Like, if it's something that you're going to have to do that you have no experience doing, and you're going to have to dive in, that's actually going to be worse than a job. So just be mindful of what's resonating for you, how this is a general reading, Scorpio. But yeah, a lot of you do have a relationship. There's this connect or disconnect as it relates to career and financial success and home and family. Like, for whatever reason, there's been a trade-off I'm getting from this pile. So let's get this romantic oracle, for those of people that want specific love messages. If you do not want specific love messages, I do have a tendency to not force love messages, and these cards I find that you can typically get information that doesn't relate to romance from them as well. So like I said, just take what you want and what resonates and leave what doesn't. But we're going to see what we get from this oracle card for Scorpio. Let's see. So much is happening right now. So I'm going to take this one, on guard. This one, open relationship. Ooh, okay. What? And I'm going to take this one, manic love. And then I'm just going to take the bottom. And apparently other cards, this happens periodically where cards say, you know what, I'd like to be seen as well. I want to be part of the reading. So Scorpio, like, you know what, I do these readings and sometimes I'm like, why all the scandalous people come to me? Like, I have a small channel, it's not that many of you, but like I feel like all the scandalous people come to me because like you watch other pick a card readings and you watch other like zodiac sign readings, and it's not all of this extra stuff that comes through mine. So we'll, it's probably just because I'm an adult. Like I'll be 31 at the end of this month, so it's probably because all of the grown-ups are coming to me, and they tend to be married with children and such, right? A lot of people, especially my people that come here, that I know a lot of you are like 40 plus, you've gone through multiple romantic eras, like you've been there, done that. So welcome. We're just gonna get you the tea on what's going on. So that disconnect, that sacrifice for career or sacrifice for family that I'm talking about, Scorpio, it is coming into these cards. It's so I'm just gonna read them and then I'm gonna like decipher this energy, because there's some very specific energy coming here. So you have on guard, which is guards will be up in this relationship. It's okay to be cautious and take it slow, but make an effort to trust a little more. And then you have open relationship, which says open relationships are not for everyone. It requires a lot of honesty and trust for it to work. Careful not to get hurt. And then you have manic love, which is this will be a deep and intense love that could trigger possessive behavior and make you act out of character. And then you've got married with children and settling in love. So obviously some of you that may or may not read tarot and oracle, well, let me read these before I get into that trauma. Married with children says, careful not to get entangled with an unhappily married man. Don't allow yourself to be second place. And then you have settling in love, which is maybe you've given up on finding true love and decided to settle for second best. Don't make that mistake. So these cards, second place. I'm glad I read those. So both of those cards have a message about being second place. Okay, so two groups of you. One of you is the person that is married with children, right? Pile, oh Lord, I'm so used to pick a card readings, I'm saying pile. Normally you must be pile 3 in some of my readings because I wanted to say pile 3. But Scorpio, if you are married, right, with children, and you settle probably for financial reasons, like you're at a place in career, maybe you don't want to split, all of the assets. You've been married for quite some time. It's going to be a hassle to no longer be with this person. So you're kind of gonna try the open relationship thing. Like you've settled, you both are aware of it, but you're gonna try the open relationship thing where you just kind of co-inhabit and you're just friends, right? And I say that because open relationship, right? I would say that it's a cheating situation, but it doesn't feel like anyone's cheating. It just feels like we've accepted that we settled for one another and we don't want to split this money. So yeah, Scorpio. So if this is you that is married in this situation, it's not gonna work because you're gonna try the open relationship thing. You're gonna try to keep a guard up, remember, because you have family at home and such. But like the whole reason why you're all talking about the open relationship thing is because you're not fulfilled. You've all settled, and now you're gonna step into a position where you're opening yourself up to find somebody that actually instills that passion in you. That may be that Ace of Rods. Like there's a passion that's going to be ignited in you by a person that is not, like, it's just not going to work. Like the open relationship only works if you know that, you know, what you want is at home, and you've already decided that that's not it. So like trying to have a guard up as you approach this open relationship thing, which is already bizarre to me, like that you kind of want to have a guard up with the open relationship, because it feels counterproductive for the situation to me. But in doing that, you will that manic love card, right? A deep, intense love that will trigger possessive behavior, make you act out of character. So that's what's coming in for you if that is your very specific message, if you're married and trying this open relationship situation. And when I say married with children, it does not mean like formal legal paperwork. It could be like you just are with someone that you're not going to leave because you have children, or you could be with someone that you've just been with them so long. Maybe you have a business together. You know what I mean? It's just too much effort to leave a long-term situation. It really is. It's a lot of headache. It is. So I get that. But if you have that bond with somebody, there's a lot of baggage, a lot of responsibility you two share, and you're trying to just have your cake and eat it too for the sake of comfort, right? It's not gonna work. So that's what you need to know, Scorpio. Now those of you that you're not married, you get entangled, as that card says, as Jada Pickett said, with someone that is married or has been or is in a committed situation, has responsibilities or baggage. You have two cards as your overview that says don't settle for second place. So maybe that's something that's coming through, that you're realizing that you've been working towards something in that Eight of Pentacles, that and I do find it interesting that those two, I put them naturally on top of you are good enough. But just know that you've been working on a connection with somebody that may be that manic type love, right? That you know you're kind of sharing them with other people or another person, and you're just hoping for that stability to come. It does not feel like it will. It feels like they're just gonna kind of try to live that life, that open relationship life, and try to have you to, unless you give the ultimatum. And then I can't free will and all of that, so I don't know how it's going to end. But as it stands currently, this person that has all of this baggage, all of these ties, they are making you second place. And it doesn't have to be scandalous. It genuinely doesn't have to be like third party, as in like you are someone's side piece. It doesn't have to be that. It could genuinely just be, because this is an older audience, someone that was once married or was once in a long-term connection that has children, and you are realizing that those children are going to be a factor, or that previous connection doesn't just disappear simply because you're around, like things like that. So you're just gonna have to, with that death leading into the Ten of Pentacles, see what it is you want for your family, what you visualize long term for your family, as you continue to engage this person on a romantic level. Like, is this what you want, the blended family, or do you want your, like, is it a deal breaker for you to have your own family? So that's what you're going to have to get into, Scorpio. A lot of you are just, and now, like I said, this is an older audience, so for the most part, there are younger people here, but like, it's a grown-up vibe. So it makes sense that people are on like their second, third major partner of their life. Like, everybody doesn't just marry their high school sweetheart and then happily ever after. So there's variations of the dynamic. So let me see if I can see those of you that are single or that don't have all of this. Let me see what happens with that. Okay, some of you are rushing the process, and calm down, because I do see those of you that are single kind of settling in love for the sake of a family. That's where you're coming in. So like you're kind of on guard. You're opening, like, open relationship isn't an open relationship. You're opening yourself up to relationships, right? And then like the first person that kind of ignites some passion in you that you feel a connection with, you're kind of like or because you've been on guard for so long, you know, you open up and then you feel that connection, that passion that you can feel with many people, but that's the first person. Now you're like, okay, let me just be with this person without even considering long-term compatibility and such, right? Because some of you here, Scorpio, are a bit green with that Virgo card because remember, Virgo, the symbol for Virgo is like the virgin, which is youth and such. So just be mindful of settling for the sake of wanting children, wanting to be married, feeling like you're on a timeline. Those of you that are single, let me see what else. Those, it also could be the reverse. Do not be so wrapped up in being free, being out and about doing what you want, right? Open relationship is kind of exploring the world, doing what you want, just wanting to just be passionate all the time, being afraid that someone will come, like that a romantic partner would create that manic love, like fear of being controlled and contained, which is why on guard and manic love is straddling open relationship, like you wanting to be so free that you miss out on an actual love opportunity, an opportunity to have a family because you fear stabilizing, because that, like that settling in love could be your perspective on marriage and having children. Like you're settling, you're holding yourself back. So just explore your mentality and see how it fits for you, Scorpio. I don't want this to be super long, so I'm gonna take a second and pull some advice cards and just see what other information is going to come through for you, Scorpio, before I wrap this up. But like I said, super specific messages for some people. I feel like I did add some general messages that you could take if it applies to you as it relates to romance. But a lot of career-based energy, a lot of money coming in for you, and opportunities to start a family regardless of where you fall in this spread. So let me just pull some up. I said I wanted one and then I got one. Meditation. And the overview is receive healing. So you've got healing twice. So right now there's some evaluation that needs to happen within Scorpio. Like, what is it you truly want out of life? What's going to make you happy? What's going to make you fulfilled? Where are you settling? Where are you holding yourself back? You know, what is it that you need to go out and get? Because you're stepping into that energy of receiving healing. You're being more receptive with that in the open relationship card. But just be mindful of what you're being receptive to, and also the direction that you're headed, right? Because that's why you have meditation. Meditation is kind of pondering, thinking, not dwelling. You don't want to dwell on decisions and thought processes, but you do want to take time to decide who you are, what you want, where you're headed, where you see yourself going, right? So that is all I have for you today, Scorpio. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.